Let's have a look at the metric activate to activate for tasks. The metric activate to activate describes the time between the activation and the next activation of a task. So it measures the interval between two consecutive activations of tasks. If you want to use this metric as a requirement for your projects in order to ensure that your tasks are getting activated within the period that you want them to be activated to, you will first of all need to go to the requirement section in the TA tool suite, and there you will find a requirements editor that looks like this. In the first step, you will need to select for which task you want to create the requirement. Then you get to select the metric. In this case, it's the activate to activate time. And in the next step, you can select which kind of limit you want to set. In this example, we want to set an upper limit for the task 1 millisecond on the metric activate to activate with 3 different severity levels: critical, major, and minor. Let's now have a look at the evaluation result that we get when verifying this requirement against the simulation or against the scheduling trace. First of all, in this part of the TA tool suite, you will find the Gantt chart in which you can see which task has been executed on which time and when it was activated, when it was preempted, and when it had a start delay. Also, you can now here see the task 1 millisecond that we have created our requirement for. In the process table, you can already see that the min, average, and maximum activate to activate time for the task 1 millisecond was very precisely 1 millisecond. If we now have a look at the requirements table itself, we can see the 3 different severity levels for this activate to activate requirement that we have defined. What we can learn from this requirement here is now that, first of all, none of the requirements have been violated. So this shows us that all the instances of the 1 millisecond tasks have been activated within the limits that we set for the activation. If you have a closer look at it in the Gantt chart, you can see that every of these tasks have been activated within the period of 1 millisecond, quite precisely. You can also check that by opening up a histogram and dragging and dropping this requirement into the histogram. And you can now see that this critical deadline of 1.3 milliseconds from activation to activation of the task was never violated, because all the activations were quite precisely at 1 millisecond. At the end of this video, I want to offer you some possibilities to stay in touch and find out more about timing analysis. For that, I'm inviting you to join the LinkedIn group Runtime Analysis in AutoSAR Projects. In this group, you will meet other people working in this field, sharing their experiences and solutions for this topic. And you will, of course, also be able to engage in discussions and ask your questions there. Just search for the group directly on LinkedIn, or if you want to have it easier, I put a QR code here in the video, so you can simply scan the QR code and you will be redirected to this group. Would be happy to have you in the group. If you have questions to me directly, or if you want to connect with me, I'm inviting you to scan the QR code here on the right. You can also see the link to my profile here on LinkedIn. I would be very happy to connect with you and answer any questions you have. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm looking forward to stay in touch with you.